Good afternoon, YouTube. OIFEagle here, and Live4Wild has put out a challenge. He wants to know any type of prepping items that we can get for under $5. Well, I just happened to be going through my bug out bag to rearrange it and add some stuff and, rotate some stuff out of it. And while I was doing that, I pulled out some items that I put in my bug out bag that were under $5 to get. Now, there's quite a few things, and of course, a bug out bag usually means, bugging out, leaving your area. But again, if you're hunkered down for a while, you may be tapping into your bug out bag for some of the items that are there. So, going through the list, right away, one of the things that jumped out at me was a magnesium fire starter. Now, you go to Walmart, they're $7, but there are places you can go that have them as low as $4.99, and they're really good to have. Now there's a lot more expensive ones out there, but these are quick and easy and very simple. Now another thing is I also leave in the packaging because if you're making a fire, the packaging is burnable combustible material. So right away, that's something you can have right there. Another thing I have is a little fishing kit. Now I keep it in a little Ziploc bag there. This fishing kit actually was something that came free with a little fishing pole I bought for my kids. So we already had all the gear that we needed in my tackle box. So since this was already pre-packaged, I threw them right in here, and it's really cheap and easy. You can go to any type of sporting goods store or even Walmart, and although the fishing pole itself that it came with was like $12, $14, you can actually go around and piece together a little fishing kit for a lot less than that. Now, here's something else I want to throw out there. There's actually a lot of free stuff you can add to for your prepping tools. I was at the Chinese restaurant the other day and picked up a couple chopsticks. Now, I'm not assuming that we're going to be living under the rule of our Chinese overlords when I say get some chopsticks. When I picked these up, I was thinking fire starting tools. Okay, yes, you can go out there and hunt for tinder or something like that to start a fire. I got these right here. You already have it's a dry wooden uh, implement. It's in paper, and you could use this to help start a fire. Once you get a fire going, break it up, burn it, or you could use it what its intended use is for, an eating utensil. Now something else I keep with these is a pencil sharpener. Yes, a cheap little pencil sharpener is the easiest way to make wood shavings to start a little fire. So you could use this or another stick in a little cheap pencil sharpener. I do have one right here somewhere, but you know what they look like, so why bother? And another little thing I got here is they're giving these out at Halloween. It's a little flashing light. I actually got this from the Army Community Service, but it's a little freebie that they were giving out to kids. But I got one for each of my kids, not only for when they were trick-or-treating, but I clipped them on the back of their bug-out bags. Each of my kids has their own little bug-out bag with some gear in there, clean socks, clean underwear, and some food, as well as some of the basics that I think they will need. But I clipped this on there because if you're moving around at night and you want to keep your eye on your little ones, assuming there's not much of a threat out there, but you're just moving along, one of these can come in helpful as well. Now, I'm sure all of you know what this is. Yes, it's a little P38 can opener. It's great for, of course, its intended use of opening cans. Of course, this is a pull tab, but I'll get into this later. I want to talk about this. This is great in an emergency, but you know what's even better in an emergency? How about one of this? Okay, think about it. If you're using one of these, yeah, you may have paid like 39 cents for it. It's compact, you can tuck it away. But this isn't much bigger, and it's got a bottle opener on it as well. This works, yeah, you can use it as like a screwdriver and hang it in an emergency. But if you're just bugging out and you need to open a can, common sense people, just get one of this. This was less than $3 at Walmart. And like I said, it's a can opener. I always leave it on the packaging because again, this is burnable stuff, and it also has a little quick tie on there, which you can use for something else. But just get a can opener. Easiest way to open a can. Think about it. About the canned goods, yes, you can get canned goods really cheap. Get some coupons and stock up on them. I always get the ones with a lot of carbs, with a lot of calories in it, But as far as I can, I don't have this in my bug out bag. What I have is this next to my bug out bag, because in a bug out situation, I'm going to gather all my gear together, but before I start moving, I'm going to down a can of this, because if you're bugging out and you're bugging out on an empty stomach, you're doing it wrong. You don't want to get a mile from your house and start having to tap in to these things, the things that are meant to last a while. So before you bug out, this is a little tip. Down a couple of these. I got one of these next to each one of our bug out bags. Each one of my kids. Yeah, okay, you may eat them cold, but you take this, you leave, you never bug out on an empty stomach. You always fill up. All right. A couple other things I have in there. Bandanas. They're cheap. You can actually go to like AC Moore or Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You can get these really cheap. It's actually good for a first aid dressing. It's not sterile, but as far if you have a sterile bandage on there, you can make a compression dressing with these as well. And you know, again, for cleanliness. And some cheap moleskin. Let's see, I forget how much I paid for this. But if I have this in my bug out bag because it's good for blisters. I'll look up moleskin on there. Now, one other thing. Today, as a matter of fact, I went and got my mail right before I made this video, and I got my circular from Harbor Freight and Tools. This is a prepper's dream right here, this place. They've got, you can see right there, they got the little mini flashlights there. Mini flashlight, usually they give them out, they used to give them out free when you went there. But these are $2.49 on there. Not a bad deal. A bunch of other things right here, right with that. I go to this place all the time. Right there, you got a tarp. Right there, $3.99 for one of these tarps. It's great for building a shelter. You can use them for just about anything. I carry one in the car because let's say you're in a car, you're in traffic, or you run out of gas, you're pulled over on the side of the road. You know what you do? You throw that over the car, over the top, so to keep the sunlight from going in the windows, so you're not sweating in there. You make like a little shelter in there if you're hunkered down in your car for a while as well. But I mean, they have lots of things. Plus, they have like those little headlight, flashlight things right there. $1.99 for those. A couple other things. They have gloves right there. Those mechanics gloves, $3.99. Of course, they have these sales all the time, but you can go there. You can find useful things, items. I actually got some rope. I'm not sure if they have paracord. I haven't seen any of that there. But look, you get these. They have like the little box cutter knife, $4.99. They have batteries, cheap batteries, $4.99. So Harbor Freight and Tools. If you don't, there's lots of other places. I'm in North Carolina. These places they have these all over the place. Plus, you can order online. I don't get any compensation from them for that shout out, but that's just my way of thanking them for all their good deals and low prices. A little bit of warning: a lot of their crap is imported, so it may be a little cheaper than you're used to. But in a pinch, you use what's available. Anyway, those were just some of my ideas. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more comments below. Let me know what you think. And I want to do a quick shout out, a couple of shout outs. Again, I want to say thank you to my friend Yankee4, who actually gave me the heads up, about this challenge that went out there as well. But I want to do a shout out for a new friend of mine, the Rebel Prepper. I'm going to put his information down below. Go ahead, check him out. He's got he's got some pretty good ideas. I was watching some of his videos, so a thumbs up to him. Anyway, thanks a lot for listening, and like I said, comment, give me a thumbs up if you like. If you don't like, don't do anything, just go away. Anyway, thanks again. OIFEagle out.